And, you know, we had a lasting community there. Lukewarm Milk with the sub on YouTube. Appreciate it. Yeah, the other thing is you're not going to be able to motivate yourself to, like, really, really grind on something. I mean, it's also not fair to yourself if you're not enjoying, like, the whole process of it. Oh, we got an acceptance. We got an acceptance of the Busch-Gass today. Granny Knockers with the follow on Twitch. You guys have some... You make me read these usernames out loud. The last one was Lukewarm Milk. I don't think those two even crack the top 3 to 5 wildest usernames we've had today as we don the Gambit glasses. Julian Proleko, follow on Twitch. That sounds like a real name. I feel like I've heard that name. We had Fartbox. Fartbox tried to challenge me on Lead Chess, and Lead Chess wouldn't let him use that name. How tragic. And so he had to name himself Fatbox. You can't make this stuff up. You can't. So I played against Fatbox a couple games ago. H3 so early gets me, because I never had Queen H5. There was never a Knight C3, Queen H5. What do we got here? Irfan Rami subscribing on YouTube. Also sounds like a real name. Appreciate y'all. Queen H... Because we never had that, and in that position I would just probably take on H3. Here I could take this knight. I could also, like, fishing pole my bishop. Fishing pole seems like fun vibes. Though it probably makes more sense just to capture. No, it seems like fun vibes. Takes, knight h2. We could just be losing. Because there's, like, bishop g4 check. Where is the queen going to be? I can't take on h3 if there's, like, knight g5. Okay, I'm trying to take on h3. What do you got? Take, knight h2. Quick knight h4 is interesting. So if I take it... But I don't want to trade. So queen h7. I guess you take with the bishop. Take, bishop takes. King b8, g3, g5. Alright, let's just see what you got. I think maybe you can do it, but okay, yeah, you can also just take like this. Alright, we're down 2 pawns, but that one's hanging. But I want to develop. I've been listening to a lot of Coldplay. I mean, I always did like Coldplay. I'm not the only one in the world. It's a great band. But, you know. There was something that reminded me about them. I don't think that was a good move. How should I take this? I feel like I should have landed with the knight. I don't know. Yeah? What are the vibes? What are the vibes, as the kids would say? I feel like the vibes are strong with this one. As Yoda would say. What's up here? Boom, boom. What do we got there? Oh, check. That's it. Check, queen g2, bishop takes. This was nice. This was nice. Got rook h1. So that's forced. What about this move? Oh no, first check. We're going to use all our pieces here. Check. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that pretty? And I'm not getting mated. I haven't hung mate yet. I might hang mate. But not yet. 4 seconds with a 2-second increment. It's plenty. Are you gonna go here? I'm not prepared for what's gonna happen. What? Or you're not prepared. Boom, boom. Maybe I had like native 1 covering that. I think I did. But this was also mate, yeah? Or at minimum, I don't know. I don't want to flag, so I'm just gonna maybe trade queens. It's kind of lame, but it's kind of lame. Whatever. A win's a win. I was trying to go for the style points, but I don't think I had enough time to find the style points. GG, GG, GG. And the game, h3 came really quickly before I was ready to take on h3. And so I was like, okay, why not fishing pull it? By the way, for context, plus 1.1 position. So engine's just like whites up a clean pawn. Clean pawn. Because plus 1 is up a pawn in a vacuum, so plus 1.1 is the advantage right now. It's saying I have no compensation. William, how do you always manage to keep your cool when you have 10 seconds on the clock at the start of the middle game? Great question. I guess it's not my first rodeo doing it. I'm so unfazed by having like no time on my clock, it's true. Becoming great at chess is harder than becoming a neurosurgeon. LOL, it is a hard task. It's an interesting sort of question as I distract myself with this tangent. I can't believe I'm even entertaining this as a possibility. These are such different things. But you think about like most achievements, like getting a PhD or getting through med school. It's really, 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 really tough. I'm not mitigating that. It takes a lot of work, a lot of dedication, etc. But in a sense, it's kind of guaranteed, or close to it. Like, if you do all this stuff, it will happen for you. At least, I mean, maybe that's not really true, but at least like a really, really, really high probability that, like, you know, you're putting in X and you will get Y as a result. You have no such guarantee in chess. And in fact, becoming great at chess is a zero-sum game. By winning, you have to take ELO points from other people. You have to be better than them. So, there's no guarantee. There's no, like nothing's owed to you. No matter how big your number is, no matter how many hours of work, you don't sit down on the board with, like, an extra knight. So, like, yeah, you gotta earn every single game you win. That's that. Is there a high correlation between having a big elo and or working hard and the outcome of your games? Yes, but that's all on you. So I'm just putting that out there. That it's all like completely meritocratic. Like, you think about the Grandmaster title. We're talking about 1,500, maybe closer to 2,000. Somewhere between 1,500 and 2,000 Grandmasters who have ever lived. Not who are alive today, not who are active today, but who have ever lived. You think about the number of billionaires. That's way higher than that. You have a way better chance of becoming a billionaire. And the thing about the Grandmaster title is it's completely meritocratic. If you woke up tomorrow with so much skill at this board game, you would become a Grandmaster, and quickly, even. I don't know what skill I could imbue you with that would just, like, automatically make you a billionaire. But it's just crazy that something so completely meritocratic is that hard and that rare to do. I'm just putting all that out there. Anyway, just some thoughts about how hard this game is, but how much I love this game, because we can sacrifice everything and win. So, knight c3, queen to f5. Fun choice. Look at my stuff. I got a pawn on h5, I got a queen on f5, I'm like trying to take h3, and maybe if I do, then I'll go queen g3 check, which is a cool check to do whenever you've got that pin. Life is good, life is fun. Yeah, I mean, I'd be scared if I was white here too. Can you just play d3 and allow me to take it? I don't know. The engine says you can. But do you want to allow this check? Do you? I don't know. I wouldn't really want to do that either, especially in a blitz game. So they throw knight h4 at me. I'm like, okay, let me put... I actually do have queen g5. which is not intuitive to me because that bishop in my head was already open, but okay, that's not the case. So queen h7, interesting move here. If you take g4, hg4, then this file opens, right? When this file opens, watch out. I've already put my queen kind of in an ideal post, and queen h2 or queen h1 will checkmate you, right? g3 is also possible owing to this pin. Let's say takes king d8 and g3. All right, I would play your g5, right? The bishop isn't there, so I do have g5. And yeah, any knight move I can get you. You got to do something awkward like that. Just to move the bishop so that the pawn can push past and not trade. Because if the pawn trades, then the file reopens. So, and the file will just kill you. So that's the only way white can hang on there. Okay, in the game, they do it a better way. They grab this pawn, which is a little bit greedy. It's a little bit greedy after king b8 and f3. And I play very not greedy, because queen takes c2 is an option if I want to get one of the 2 pawns that I'm down back. But I play your knight to f6. And what's the count here? We're down 2 pawns. We're down 2 pawns. But we've given up that one. How bad can that really be? That one was just kind of in the way of my rook anyway. So, things are fine. My king is fine. I want to go g5, g4 and come get you. Let's see if we are able to make that happen. Queen c4 is somehow a huge blunder, which is crazy. Because queen f5 is just a really nice move. But that's crazy for queen c4 to be a big blunder. That's because it gives me the f5 square. I mean, that like that's so natural to get the queen to, like, out of dodge, attacking the bishop. Just because it gives me queen f5 as a nice move, threatening rook takes h3. It's out of position. What you wanted was queen g5. Staying in position a little more, hitting the bishop. Well, what would be a nice antidote is if I had rook h5. I don't really, so I got to deal with this. I guess is in a less than ideal way, and then like d4 can be played. I have some knight moves here. You got to be really precise here if you're white. I mean, for a slip up like queen c4 to cost you the game is crazy, and it just kind of underscores why the engine eval you can only take so seriously, because it requires you finding. It's just a crazy level of precision. I mean, to make a move like queen c4 and have that cost you the game, wild. Okay, queen f5 is a nice move. And it was a good find on my part, rather than just like playing bishop b6. Queen 8, like the queen's not actually doing anything here. Yes, it looks pretty. I would love to go here. I'd love to like put my knight on g4 for fun, and maybe you'll take it. No, that doesn't actually do anything. I need to cause you a problem. To cause you a problem, my queen should be here, back to the f5 square, threatening rook takes h3, and maybe taking that knight, swinging the other rook around, and making things happen. So d4 they threw at me, which I kind of understand, because if you played d3, it's saying this, which is wild. What is the point here? What's going on? Takes, and then knight takes is just that strong? It's just like the combo of like takes and here and knight f3. Was something more intuitive working? Almost. There's queen f4 that d3 supports. Queen f4 is a nice defensive resource. If you just went here, I think you're toast. But knight d4 is also a more sensible move. Rook takes d4, kind of really shutting the queen out. Now the queen runs away. Something like rook g4. We just brought everyone over. That's kind of what happened in the game. So d4 makes a lot of sense because they're feeling a lot of danger here. Rook takes h3 is coming. My rooks are swinging across to the h-line that's now open as a result of me not having that pawn. That's also an idea. So you need to get these pieces in the game and throw problems at me ASAP. So d4 to lose that makes a lot of sense. And I just ignore it with rook takes h3. And I just... Oh, no, I didn't. Rook takes h3 is just the engine recommendation. Okay. Whoops, didn't see that. Queen takes c5. Oh, and rook... Leave the queen hanging because the king's hanging. So if they take here, and we just take here, and again, just forcing our way into the h1 square, that's filthy. That's filthy. Okay, I played the more human move of just eating this. Rook takes d4, queen to e2. I'm still down 1 pawn, but... Here's the big moment. Minus 4.6 when we find this move. Rook takes h3. They did not have time to get their pieces out. They're trying, but rook takes h3. We are coming after them. Bishop to e3. Sensible choice, because pawn takes h3, queen takes h3. Shout out to this knight, by the way, of not getting me mated. Now, yeah, I mean, rook g4, rook h4, knight g4, any of these things can end the game. Notably, like, my favorite idea of just getting the queen to h1. There's really nothing you can do about it. At minimum, I'll have rook g4 check, forcing queen takes and knight takes here. You can't play f3, because rook g4 is a double checkmate, which is so filthy, opening the bishop onto the king as a result of the pawn moving. So, all that's good stuff. So bishop e3 played, which actually is a very good move, because it keeps things confusing. I have to be precise again here, because I got pieces hanging. You know, if I go to maybe the wrong square or something. Yeah, wrong square there, rook d8, and now they can just take on h3. And apparently this is drawn, again, only if I find the right move. So, gotta be precise, and the precise move was rook d to h4. Rook d to h4, keep the pressure on them at all times. Rook d to h4 is a nice move to look at, First, because it's very forcing, I'm threatening rook h1 mate, so the only thing you can really do is pawn takes h3, but the only thing I have to calculate, it's only going to be a bad move if pawn takes h3 works, right? So pawn takes h3, the only thing I have to calculate, but then queen takes and I waltz in to h1 uninterrupted. f3 is one move you can play first, but then I can trade and come to h2, which is nice. So in the game, they played f3 here, which is a tricky one. Somehow I did not find queen g5, which is just an out-of-this-world kind of move. Okay, check here on knight g4, I think was more human a way to go, and then I was able to eat this bishop. Okay, I did call this. Knight f1 actually was leading to mate. Didn't I call that? Takes and queen g5, just opening the bishop there. I think I remember calling that, knight f1. And if takes here, then check, and either queen g3 or g6. It's just such a nice way to end the game. Really using all your dudes. So, okay, in the game, I mean, I just took some material here. Oh, this was leading to mate. Okay, that was leading to mate. I just took some material here. But yeah, really good game, really good game.
William Grave, the Gambit man, takes his seat at the board. e4, e5, knight f3, bishop c5. The Busch-Gass Gambit on the board. On with the Gambit classes. Hero pawn unlocked.